Hi everybody, my name is Cassie and I'm going to be walking you through your herb garden kits, and I'm going to walk you through steps 1 through 5 and just get you comfortable with what's in your kits. So you should have your 3 pots. There should be 3 saucer plates included. You're going to have a bunch of seeds. You should have 3 packets in your kit. In my kit, I have basil, peppermint, and arugula. Now, some of your seeds might be a little different, but the process is still going to be the same. You also should have your set of instructions that is laminated, and on the back, tips and tricks. And then you should also have your soil discs. Before you get started, you should have some labels included as well. And I just went ahead and wrote the name of the seeds that I had. That way you don't get confused as you go with what you're planting in each pot. So the first step in your garden kit will be to grab your pots. These are 3-inch terracotta pots that have drainage holes at the bottom for excess water. And we're going to go ahead and take our soil pods, and what I did, and I found that this was a lot easier, is I took a bowl with water and I just filled it about halfway. And I am going to place the soil disc in the water and let it absorb some of that. And you can put all of your soil discs in the water. And you will see that it'll start to just disintegrate in there. You can kind of rub it around, loosen it up. And you'll see that they expand quite a bit, and you may need to put some more water in there. Mine's soaking up that water pretty good. So I'm gonna need some more water in there. So go ahead and just pour that water over your soil and work it through till it's completely broken apart. And you'll be surprised how much soil is compacted into these discs. I know I was. I need a little more water. So the soil should be wet enough to where you could clump it together and it kind of holds its form pretty good. There we go. So the next step, we're gonna go ahead and put our soil into our pots. And you wanna fill your pots about 3/4 of the way up with soil. Give it a light pat. You don't wanna compact it too much, but you do wanna make sure that you get a good amount of soil in each of your pots. There we go. So once you have the soil in your pots, it'll look like this. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put about 3 to 4 seeds in each one. So the reason that you put 3 or 4 seeds is because not always are your seeds going to sprout every time. So putting a few in there will give you the best chance that your seeds are gonna sprout. So I did first the arugula. I'm going to do the basil in the middle and the peppermint. If you got peppermint in your kit, these ones are very tiny, so I just went ahead and tapped it on the plate where the seeds are, and I'm gonna sprinkle those in there. Just make sure that you get enough in there. Perfect. So then we're gonna go ahead, and once you have your seeds in your pots, you're gonna top with some more soil, about another inch or two. So what's really nice about these pots being terracotta is that they really retain moisture well. You can see on the outside, I haven't added any water yet, but they're already soaking up some of that moisture. This is really nice, especially in sunny months when it's hot. There we go. Okay. So once you have your soil on top of the seeds, I'm gonna go ahead and place the labels right inside of the pot just so that you know which one is which. And then we're gonna go ahead and place our pots onto their saucers. And these saucers are awesome because they really help keep the water in so that you avoid overwatering your plants. And you'll see that the bottom will fill up with water pretty quickly. So step 4 is gonna be watering your seeds. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of water there. And you can kind of gauge how full these saucers get right here. It'll hold most of the water. And then your last step is going to be choosing a location in your home. So you can either leave these right on the countertop as is, or if you have a great place next to a windowsill, that would be awesome. The sunniest place in your home is going to be the best for these to grow. So I placed them on the countertop, and then I moved them near a sunny spot, and I did have better growth when it was near the window. And this is an arugula plant. This was planted about 6 days ago. So as you can see, it's starting to grow pretty good. And I just kept these right next to the window. So during the day, I have the blinds open. They're just able to get some sunlight. So they're doing good. And then also on the back of your steps to creating an herb garden, you have some tips and tricks. So some other herbs that you can go ahead and grow in these kinds of pots are basil, chives, lemon balm, marjoram, mint, oregano, parsley, rosemary, sage, and thyme. When choosing a container, you will want to allow for about 3 to 12 inches of soil depth, and drainage holes, which I showed you on the bottom of these pots, are really awesome because plants are susceptible to root rot if there's not ample space for it to drain out the water. When you're planting, you're going to want to use a high quality potting mix, and this can be purchased at any garden or home improvement store. When you're watering, you're going to want to keep the soil damp, and this is really important, especially in the beginning when you're starting the growth of your herbs. You'll likely need to water your herbs every day or every other day, and it will be really clear once you see the soil kind of drying out and the pot looks a little bit drier. You know that it's time to water. The sunniest place in your home is going to be the best, but like I said, if you don't have a windowsill, it's okay to start them right on your countertop. And you can also purchase an LED or an HID lighting. This kind of light bulb is awesome for growing indoors, and it can be attached to your sink, or maybe if you have a hanging lamp, you can attach it that way. But if you go to your local home improvement store, they should have some options if you did want to try a light for growing. And then you should also have your recipe cards included. So these are going to be great once you get those plants growing. We included a fresh berry herb salad, and we also included a herb potatoes. So these are going to be great for the future once your plants are growing. So that is all we have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We are here for you anytime, and I hope you enjoyed.